Welcome back for another video. In today's video we'll be running through the Gameweek 12 team selection, transfer plans and thoughts heading into this game week. If you missed the Gameweek 12 players to buy video, make sure you give that a watch too, a link will be on screen at the end. So we're presented by the toughest test of the season so far this game week, with Arsenal and City blanking and then injuries to the likes of James and suspension for Maddison. This one's a real nightmare if you're missing a bunch of players like me. I'll walk you through my plans, but let's take a quick look back how last game week went first. It was 53 points all out, which brings us up to 670 points in total, just a point shy of breaking into the top 100k, but that said 102k good position to currently be in. 8 consecutive green arrows in a row, the list will almost certainly come to an end in Gameweek 12 with a -4 or even -8 planned. James to die was a good move with an immediate clean sheet, and that's one less issue to deal with. Newcastle's clean sheet against Man United was massive as well, 12 points between Pope and Trippier. Tony was exceptional, scoring twice for a 12-pointer, and Mitrovic was straight back in the Fulham starting 11 after being a doubt. Lots of managers trolled by that one. A couple of disappointments, obviously Haaland's first blank of the season being the main one. If any of you bet elsewhere and got a return, then well played. Takes some serious guts to bet against him right now, but at least we all get that opportunity in Gameweek 12. The other frustration was Maddison, who dived in the 94th minute, picking up a yellow card, which means he'll miss Gameweek 12 entirely. This one's a headache we really could have done without, as we had James and Fofana's injuries to deal with already. So let's take a look at how the team's shaping up for Gameweek 12 and the transfer plans. Pope is home to Everton in Gameweek 12, and he'll be high on confidence after keeping a clean sheet at Old Trafford on the weekend. Everton have scored just 8 goals this season, which is the third fewest among all teams. Ederson has had the most clean sheets this season with 5. However, Pope's only one behind on 4. The back 4, or back 3 you may as well call it, is Trippier, Nico and Dyer. The Fofana injury is a real pain, as we really could have done with having him this game week. In fact, Chelsea have 2 clean sheets from their last 2 games, which is exactly what he and James were meant to be in the team for. Trippier is currently the second top scoring defender in the game, trailing Cancelo by 8 points and even has a chance to go top if he has a very good game. Against Man United he created 4 chances, 7 crosses and 1 shot. Over the season he's top for expected goal involvement among all defenders with 2.82 XGI. Aurier was missing from Forest's last matchday squad entirely, and as such Nico played the full 90. The hope is that this remains the case in 12, as it was Aurier who started ahead of him the game week before. Realistically there's not much to expect from him anyway. If he starts he could concede a couple for a 1-pointer, or if he comes off the bench late it could be a 1-pointer as well. Anything more than that would be a pleasant surprise. Dyer faces Man United away, and Spurs look for a clean sheet for their 3rd consecutive game. If Newcastle are capable of a clean sheet at Old Trafford, you say Spurs are too, so the hope is that Dyer can chip in with something in a week where we'll take anything we can get. Fofana made a grand total of 0 appearances in the team thanks to his injury right after picking him up, and now his time in the team could be over. He's a potential transfer out for Gameweek 12, and at the end we'll talk more about my transfer plans this week. So the midfield is just Zaha and Andreas currently. Maddison has done us absolutely no favours with that suspension. It's all part of the game though, but it really is remarkable to pick up 3 yellows in his last 3. Back in Gameweek 8 he was only on 2 yellows, and there was roughly a 1 in 250 chance of this happening. Zaha is home to Wolves in Gameweek 12. He actually scored in the home and away fixture against them last season, so the hope is that for this to continue. His 3.95 expected goal involvement this season is on par with Bowen, and actually better than Son and Maddison. Andreas has been phenomenal recently when many of us needed to call on him, 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 2. He's still the best value cheap midfielder in the game. If you're looking for a super cheap midfielder, it'd have to be either Andreas or Almiron. Almiron's scored 4 times this season now, and he sits at 47 points, the same as Son. The front 2 is Mitrovic and Tony. One positive we'll absolutely take from Gameweek 11 was the return of Mitrovic. He's up against Villa, who have kept 2 clean sheets in 10 games this season. Only Haaland and Jesus have taken more than Mitrovic's 30 shots in the box this season, which is particularly impressive with Mitrovic having missed some game time. Jesus has 1 more shot in total. Tony completes the 11, or I guess 8. He's playing home again, and this season only Haaland and Kane have more points among forwards. 10 attacking returns in 10 games, a seriously impressive output. Chelsea have started well under Potter though, with 2 wins and a draw, so it may be a tough game. But hopefully they're able to exploit the absentees at Chelsea, including James, Fofana, Kante and possibly Thiago Silva. We'll skip the bench because there isn't one this week. On to the transfer plans, and the plan is to roll the transfer. No, I'm just kidding. So if you've been following the team selection videos, the plan we set up many weeks ago was De Bruyne to Salah, and we're seeing that one through, and we will captain Salah. Due to Fofana and Maddison missing out, we're down to 9 men though, which is far from ideal. So there's a couple of additional transfers being considered. The first is Fofana to Dunk, and the second is Maddison to Trossard. This one's a tough call, as Fofana doesn't play in Gameweek 13, while Maddison does. However, Trossard has the higher upside this gameweek, home to Forest, while the realistic expectation with Dunk is just a clean sheet. So -8 to make all 3 moves is also being considered. If you're in a similar position, I believe the 3 hits better saved. There's already 14 postponements which will become double game weeks later in the season, and there will be another bigger blank game week or 2, so it could mean the end of the streak of 8 consecutive green arrows, but injuries to Fofana and James plus Maddison's suspension has forced some team surgery. Thanks for watching today's video. There's another 1 or 2 to come before the deadline, so remember to subscribe if you're new here and hit like on the video to support the channel. I'll read all your comments, so leave one below. Always keen to hear your thinking. See you soon for the next one.